Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to track Razorpay sales and send email confirmations automatically. So I run a business where I want to send email confirmations via Gmail for the Razorpay sales and add record to the Google Sheet. So here my objective is, as soon as a new payment is received over the Razorpay, I am going to create a record in Google Sheet and send emails via Gmail. So for building this automation, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take you towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video I am going to show you how you can add Razorpay sales record to the Google Sheet and send thank you emails via Gmail. So right before you on my screen you can see I have integrated 3 applications, that is Razorpay, Google Sheets and Gmail. Now as soon as a new payment will be received over the Razorpay, the record will be added to the Google Sheet and a thank you email will be sent to my customers. So now I am going to show you how you can build this amazing automation for your own business. But before that I am going to show you the real working of this automation. So for that let's move on to my Razorpay and make a payment. So here I'm landed to my payment links page. Now let's say I'm going to purchase this product, that is black t-shirt. So now I'm going to copy the code and paste it over the new tab. So here you can see as I have pasted it, I'm getting the checkout page for this product. So now I'm going to enter all these details over here. So here you can see I have filled these details, providing email, smartuser@pabblytudes.com, phone number, full name and the city and the pin code as well. Now I am going to simply click over this pay button and here I am going to make the payment. So here I am going to select my payment method as UPI and afterwards I am going to enter my UPI ID and afterwards I am going to make the payment from this particular UPI ID, and here you can see my payment has been confirmed and here you can see my payment is confirming and here my payment has been successful. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether a record is created over there or not. So here you can see I have created this Google Sheet. Named as Razorpay records, where I am successfully receiving the same data which I have recently entered over my Razorpay. So here you can see I am receiving the full name smart user, email smartuser@pabblytudes.com, phone number, product that is black t-shirt and the city. So here you can see a record has been successfully created in my Google Sheet. Now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether I am receiving an email over there or not. So in my Gmail account you can see I am successfully receiving this email having the subject thanks for shopping with us, and here I am getting the same name which I have recently entered, that is smart users. So here you can see with the help of Pabbly Connect I am sending personalized emails to my customers or the leads. So you can also use this amazing automation for enhancing your business and enhancing your users experience also. And for accessing the Pabbly Connect you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly which can be seen here, and here we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing Pabbly Connect. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community where automation users, marketers and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us, and if you wish to join the Pabbly Community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here I am going to simply click over the sign in, and once you finish your sign up you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page where you can see the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate some applications we will be using this Pabbly Connect app which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. So for automating this task we have to access it by clicking on this access now button, and we will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows by integrating many applications. So if you also want to create your own folder you simply have to click over this create a new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and if you want you can select the parent folder as as well. And afterwards you just have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. And now I am going to create a workflow by integrating Razorpay, Google Sheet and Gmail. So for that you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here we are getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that you simply have to click over the select button and you will be getting the dialog box where you have to provide the workflow name. So now I am going to provide a name to my workflow here. So here I am going to provide it the name track Razorpay records to Google Sheets and send email, and afterwards I am going to select my folder as Gmail folder. Now we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where we are getting this option of adding the trigger. Now you might be wondering what is this trigger. So trigger is our first application or the application which is going to initiate our workflow. So in this case I want to initiate my workflow as soon as a new payment is received over the Razorpay. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Razorpay. So now I am going to simply click over this add trigger button, and here you are landed to this trigger setup page where I am going to search for my trigger app, that is Razorpay. So now let's type it, and here you can see I am receiving this application. So I am going to select it, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as order paid, and afterwards we simply have to click over this connect button for building the connection. And here you can see we are receiving this webhook URL with the steps for pasting this webhook URL, and this is the webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect for building the connection. So now I am going to copy this webhook URL. Now let's move on to my Razorpay account which I have already opened, and here on the sidebar you can see we are getting the option for developers. So you just have to select it, and afterwards you will be landed to this developers page where we are getting the option for webhook. So you just have to select it, and afterwards you simply have to click over this add new webhook, and here you can see we are receiving this webhook setup page where the first field I am getting is for pasting the webhook URL. So now I am going to paste my webhook URL which I have recently received from my Pabbly Connect, and afterwards you can provide the secret and your alert email as well. Now I am going to provide my active event as order paid. So this is going to act as a trigger in my Razorpay. Now we simply have to click over this create webhook, and here you can see our webhook has been saved successfully. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect again, and here you can see it is waiting for the webhook response, and for providing the webhook response we have to do the test submission, and for doing the test submission we have to make a payment for the order. So now let's move on to my Razorpay account again, and here I am going to simply click over this payment pages, and here we are landed to the payment pages. Now let's say I am going to buy this another product, that is organic glow serum. So now let's copy the code and paste it over the new tab. So here I am going to paste it, and here you can see I am getting this checkout page for this product. Now I am going to fill these details again. So here I am going to provide my name as demo user, email as demoUser@pabblytunes.com, and here I am going to provide my phone number. So now let's type our phone number over here. So here you can see I have entered my phone number, and afterwards I am going to enter my address, and now I am going to provide my PIN code. So here you can see I have filled this checkout page. Now let's make the payment, and the next I am going to select my payment method as UPI. So now I am going to enter my UPI ID over here, and now our payment is confirming, and here our payment has been successful. And as our payment is successful, now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. So here in my Pabbly Connect you can see I am successfully receiving this response, that is response A, with the same details which I have recently entered over the checkout page of Razorpay. So here we are done with our trigger app, and you can have only one trigger app, but you can have many action apps or action applications. So now I am going to add two action applications, firstly the Google Sheet, and afterwards I am going to add the Gmail. So now let's click over this add new action step button, and here we are landed to this action setup page where I am going to select my action app as Google Sheet, and afterwards we simply have to click over this app event where I am going to select my app event as add new row. Now we just have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to the Google Sheet connection page where if you want to build a new connection you can simply select it, that is add new connection, and here you have to sign up with your Google account. And if you want to use your existing connection you can simply select this, that is select existing connection, which I am going to do. And afterwards we simply have to click over the save button, and here you can see our connection has been saved successfully. And as our connection has been saved we are getting some of the fields. So the first field we are getting is for selecting the spreadsheet, which is already selected as Razorpay records, and I have already shown you the Google Sheet which I have created. So here you can can see this is the Google Sheet I have created named as Razorpay record, which is already selected in my Pabbly Connect, and afterwards we are getting some of the fields. So now I'm going to map all these fields. Now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step so that you don't have to enter your values again and again, as mapping makes the field dynamic. So here I'm going to map it from the response which I'm receiving from Razorpay, as Razorpay is my previous step. And the process of mapping is you just have to click over the field and afterwards you just have to map it from the application where you are getting the data. So now I'm going to map it from this response. So here you can see I'm getting my full name which I have mapped, and afterwards I'm going to map my email address which can be seen here, and afterwards I'm going to map my phone number. So now let's map it from the response. So here you can see I'm getting the phone number which I have already mapped, and now I'm going to map my city. So here you can see I'm getting my city, so I'm going to map it, and afterwards I'm going to map my city code as well, which can be seen here. So here I have mapped my city as well as pin code. Now we simply have to click over the save and send test request, and here you can see we are receiving a positive response which demonstrates that we might have built in the connection. So now let's move on to my Google Sheet to check whether we are receiving the record over there or not. So here you can see this is the Google Sheet where I'm successfully receiving the same name, that is demo user, email demoUser@pabblytunes.com, phone number and the city with its pin code. So here you can see the first action step is working properly. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect, and now I am going to add one more action step, that is for the Gmail. So now let's again click over this add new action step button, and here I am going to select my action app as Gmail. Now we simply have to click over this app event, and here I am going to select my app event as send email, and now we just have to click over this connect button, and here we are landed to the connection page where if you want to build a new connection you can simply click over this add new connection button, and here you have to sign up with your Google account, and if you want to use your existing connection you can use this, that is select existing connection. Now we simply have to click over the save button, and here you can see our connection has been saved successfully, and here the first field I am getting is for entering the sender name. So now I am going to enter my sender name as Pabbly, and here I am entering the sender name manually, means it is going to be static and this is not going to change with every new responses, and afterwards we are getting the field that is for sender's email address which is already entered as my email address, and the next field we are getting is for recipient's email address. So now I am going to map it from the response of the Razorpay. So here you can see I am getting this email address, so I am going to map it, and the next field we are getting is for CC and BCC. So if you want to send this email to multiple recipients you can add the CC and BCC as well, and now I am going to provide my email subject over here in this field. So here you can see I have entered my email subject as well, and afterwards we are getting the field that is email content. So now I am going to enter my email content over here. So here you can see I have entered my email content, and after this word hi I am going to map the name of my customers. So now again I am going to map it from the response of Razorpay. So here I have mapped it as well, and now we are getting the field that is email content type which is already selected as plain, but you can select HTML as well. Now we are getting some of the fields which are not necessary, so I will be selecting this, that is save and send test request, and here you can see we are receiving a positive response which demonstrate that we might have built in the connection. So now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether we are receiving an email over there or not. So here in my Gmail account you can see I am successfully receiving this email having the same subject which we have recently entered over our Pabbly Connect, that is thanks for shopping with us, and here we are getting the same name which we have recently entered over our Razorpay while making the payment, that is demo user. So here you can see our personalized email is successfully sent, and even the records are created over the Google Sheet. So you can also use this amazing automation tool for enhancing your business. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations and integrations like this, which is going to automate your all tasks so that you don't have to do any manual work. And if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below. And if you have any doubt, you can mention it over the comment section. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.